Hi, students. You're watching this because you did not master the most recent Renaissance assessment. You will be able to retake that, but you will have to do a study guide for me in order to retake it. I will go over all the questions so that you have clarity of on why you missed it. Um, this first question is asking, what is this image of? This image is a picture of Gutenberg's printing press. Here you have the different symbols. The different symbols will be rearranged depending on what you want to write. They'll be placed here. Ink will be placed on top, then a piece of paper, and then it will be smashed down to make copies. This is the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel is a painting. This is not a painting. This is not a painting technique. Sfumato has to do with painting and shading. This is not tools used by Michelangelo. This is a machine developed by Gutenberg in Germany to make printing faster. Who is being described here? Um, just from looking at the first one, born in England, the only person born in England was Shakespeare. Da Vinci is Italian. Michelangelo is Italian. This guy is German. So just from one of the clues, you'll be able to know that it's Shakespeare. Considered one of the greatest playwrights, writer, Shakespeare. He was also an actor, Shakespeare. Um, he was the only actor too, and he is considered the greatest playwright in history. Um, this is where things get a little more confusing for some of you because you struggle with finding multiple answers. In order to master this, you have to have a pretty good understanding of it. Which of the following Da Vinci do? Da Vinci did the Last Supper and the Mona Lisa. The ceiling of the Sistine Chapel was done by Michelangelo. The Statue of David by Michelangelo. Romeo and Juliet was done by Shakespeare. So Da Vinci only did these two, the Last Supper and the Mona Lisa. Which of the following is true about Michelangelo and Da Vinci? They were not German, they were Italian. They both lived during the Renaissance, that's true. So you should have selected that one. They both did study the human anatomy. That's how they were able to create very realistic images. They both lived in Italy. So the answers were they lived in the Renaissance, they both studied human anatomy, human body, they both lived in Italy. They did not write secular plays. That's Shakespeare. Who most likely did this? Now, based on this question, it was either Michelangelo or Da Vinci. In this case, it's Da Vinci. We went over this in a lesson where we talked about um, Da Vinci's interests. One of them was human anatomy, and he did draw these. Okay, so Da Vinci. If you pick Shakespeare, I don't know why you would pick that. He didn't draw. He didn't study the human body. He wasn't a scientist. Or Gutenberg. Gutenberg was not a scientist in that sense. Which of the following did Shakespeare do? This came directly from the lessons that we've done. If you missed this, it's because you didn't focus on the lessons, or you missed it, or you were confused. Okay, so we need to work on that. So Shakespeare did comedies, ha 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 ha. They're funny. He did not do musicals. He did not do circus performances. He did biographies, stories of kings, Julius Caesar, Macbeth, and he did. Oh, Macbeth is not a biography. Julius Caesar is, and he did tragedies. Tragedies are stories that people die. Um, there's pain. Romeo and Juliet is the most famous one. Now, there's one person that in the Renaissance that really stands out as being a sculptor, and that is Michelangelo. So, anytime you see sculptures from the Renaissance, it will be Michelangelo, at least when I ask for it. Da Vinci was not the biggest sculptor. Um, he did design some sculptures, but he never really carried them through. Michelangelo is primarily a sculpture. So, Michelangelo. And this one, you have to have um, you have to focus on development of literacy, um, knowledge, and also religion. Because the printing press, there's more books. More books leads to books being cheaper. That means that more people have access to being able to read these books. Okay. Same thing with knowledge. There's more books. More people can print books. More knowledge can be spread. People are able to learn more. And religion, because people are able to now print the Bible. People can access the Bible on their own. Okay. The printing press is one of the most important inventions in history because it gives access to reading to such a large group of people. Before the printing press, only if you were really high upper class or if you were part of the church did you have access to reading. Okay, so I'm gonna post this video probably on Sunday. You're watching it. um, I'm going to have you create a study guide on the people that we focus on: Michelangelo, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, and Gutenberg, and then you'll be able to retake the assessments. I will give you the links to the screencast and to the videos from the class. If your work is not acceptable, I will let you know. If your study guide is not acceptable, I will let you know. You will have to go back and fix it and edit it, and then I will give you the retake. Um, a number of students were not able to take the Renaissance Arts assessments because their work on the retake was not acceptable, and I let you know that. This is your grade. I will communicate this to your parents that this is an expectation so that we're on the same page. But one thing that I've noticed is that students are giving me the least amount of work or taking shortcuts. And at Summit, we don't take shortcuts. If we see an issue, we have to tackle it and move forward. I know that it's hard because of the quarantine, but you have to try your best. I'm trying my best. You try your best as well, and we'll be okay. I miss you all. If you have any questions, please email me. Again, I will be posting this with your resources, and you will be creating a study guide. It'll probably be PowerPoint slides. Okay, bye bye.